Oh my God. Thank you. I am so happy and nervous to be here, and it is such an honor to be speaking as this year's salutatorian. A funny thing happened as I was writing this speech. When I got to the thank yous, I realized just how many people I had to thank. And then it occurred to me that each and every one of us is here today because some adult was kind enough to help us. Okay, well, maybe not everyone was kind, like maybe they yelled at us or got mad, but underneath it all, there was a caring adult who wanted to help. We all have parents, teachers, and other adults who have helped us. But if we're lucky, we have a hero. Not a superhero, not a famous celebrity, but someone who has added something indefinably wonderful to your life. Someone who has helped shape you into the person you are. For me, that hero is my grandfather. I'm not gonna cry. The man who has raised me for the past 17 years. At 76, my grandfather is kind of a living legend, not just to my family, but to many people in our community in Vietnam. During the war, he was a high-ranking official. He was also a very successful entrepreneur who did everything from selling jewelry and silk to opening a restaurant, a theater, and investing in real estate. As if that weren't enough, he was also a skilled medical practitioner. Now that he's older, his mind is still very sharp, and he works as a journalist, writer, and a poet. I have, thank you. I have often been amazed by how deeply and passionately this man has lived. But my grandfather is so much more than just a wise and accomplished man. When I was very young, I was often ill. And I know this sounds really serious, but there were times when he didn't know if I would survive. He would stay up late to take care of me, fanning me while I laid in bed. Sometimes I would wake up and see that he had fallen asleep, sitting up in his chair next to my bed with a fan still in his hand. Grandfather was also a man of great warmth who could make us all laugh. After every meal, we would sit around and listen to him tell stories and talk about his adventures. In Vietnam, we don't always have reliable electricity. So if the lights went out, you could be sure that he would light some candles and then start telling some of the spookiest ghost stories you've ever heard. I can't tell you how many times I ended up in his bed because I was too scared to sleep by myself. And to this day, I have never heard anyone tell a ghost story better. Lastly, grandfather was a man of great generosity. With his wealth and medical expertise, he not only helped our family, but so many others he didn't even know. We used to ride around on his Vespa, and whenever we saw a homeless person, we would stop and give them money. If he didn't have money with him, he would remember to go back later. Whenever we came across someone who was ill, he would treat them and give them medicine. I remember one time there was a poor grandmother who lived in the country and was raising 7 grandchildren alone. My grandfather brought her food and money and never even told her his name. That is the kind of man he was. And it was from him that I learned to have compassion for others. It is because of this incredible man. that I stand before you tonight. He's the one who encouraged me to come to America and to get the best possible education so I could build a life that I could be proud of. Unfortunately, my grandfather was diagnosed with intestinal cancer years ago and recently had his fourth surgery, which is one of the reasons why he can't be here tonight. I think he continues to live, not just because of his immense spirit, not just because he's loved by so many, but because he's so determined to see me grow up. He has been my inspiration and my reason, and he will continue to be so. This fall, I will be starting at USF, where I will major in biology, with the intention of going on to medical school. One day, I want to be an oncologist and hopefully help find a cure for the cancer that is robbing my grandfather of his vitality. There is no way I could ever express the amount of love, admiration, and gratitude I have for this man. And my greatest hope is that I will become the kind of person that he has been for me and for so many others. In closing, I wish I had more time to speak because then I could thank the many other people who have helped me along the way. You, who are my family, my friends, and staff here at Clearwater Academy. There are countless ways you have all helped me, but there aren't enough hours for me to give you the thank yous you deserve. But thank you. But just know that your kindness has been like a ripple on the water. It spreads and touches so many more lives than you can even imagine. Thank you.